What's up, y'all? I want to show y'all my classic corded clippers. I started cutting, I picked up my first pair of clippers like in '04, and that's like elementary school for me, like 5th grade. And then, I had them in my hands, on and off. High school, a little bit more. And I took my clippers to college with me, and that's when it kind of took off for me. Well, not kind of, it did take off for me at Georgia Military College. And I just started cutting hair, and on and so forth through Reinhardt University, where I graduated from. So I had a lot of different clippers, but I started off with Wall, and that was like the Taper 2000, and some of you know, you can look that up. And the liners that went with it. I don't have those clippers anymore. I believe they're probably at my mom's house somewhere. But I also had a pair of T outliners, and there was something special about those T outliners when I first started cutting with them. And then fast forward from to like 2018, 19 barber school. I ran into the Andis Masters, and just like the T outliners, like it was something special about them. And so I consider those as my just high-end first pair of just commercial clippers. And I know them in and out, as far as the way they cut. I know how to tune them up, fix them if I have to. But I did everything myself, set the blade, zero gapped it, got them tuned up. They don't come in a package like that. You have to work on them a little bit. And so, man, I consider them to be like, the greatest clippers of all times, the Andis Master and the T outliner. And it's nothing that I don't really know about them. And you can do your maintenance on your own. As long as you're not dropping them, tearing them up, they're gonna last for a very, very, very long time, even that blade, before you need to do anything to them. And so it's just an all-around great clipper. Technically, that's all you need. It's those two right next to each other. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna show y'all these clippers. Here we go right here. We got our corded and his Masters. Got two of them. This is the blackout edition. This is the one that I got when I was in college. I just ordered them up and stuff and cleaned them. These are the newer version, as you can see. It got the new logo on it. Masters. These were a gift. These were gifted to me. So yeah, man, I appreciate all gifts, any gifts, man. Take good care of them. And these are my two OGs, the regular gray T outliners. These are my guards. If you want to protect your blades, definitely once you get them set right, that blade moving. That's how you know them right, when they snap on back to back, no hesitation. See? Yep. Boy's ready. Like I said, I do all the tuning on myself, and man, I can move with these. And it ain't all about cutting fast, but I can complete a haircut 15 to 20 minutes with these. And I use cordless clippers just because I'm mobile with my van and everything, but it took me a minute to get the hang of cutting with my cordless clippers like I do with my corded clippers. And I still use these. If I was in the shop, I wouldn't be using cordless clippers, but I'm mobile, so it's convenient to me. And I put the work in. These are the blackouts. I got these at the same time in barber school. But yeah, they're convenient for me. Got these running too, and I cut this back myself. And these are inexpensive. They're not that expensive at all. You know, I get why everybody running to the cordless clippers because that's what's in. But, you know, I tell any young barber, cut with corded clippers first, because when you get to the cordless clippers, you'll really be able to tell a trash cordless clipper. And so I got a cordless Andis Master. I got 2 of them. And then I have those Babyliss, the Babyliss Pros, which don't remind me of these, but they pushing like them and have the same kind of arrow. You know what I mean? But they're kind of the same, but not at the same time. They're not touching these. And then we have classic corded wall detailers. We have our fast feeds. I got another pair of these, all black. And then we have our Oster Model 10s. And so as we get into the tutorial, I'll be talking more about these. But man, I just wanted to show y'all these clippers. And I'm gonna have them forever. All right, y'all, we're using the bare minimum with this cut. And right now you see me using a witch hazel. You can use an alcohol and a little water if you don't have any witch hazel. It just helps to condition and clean the hair and skin. Just helps bring out a better cut. You don't really have to do that. It's just something that I do. You can really just comb through it like you see me now, just laying my canvas down. And but you know, even in the cut, bare minimum, like a barber always has some alcohol or like some type of toner laying around. That's always been true, you know, since back in the day, or your front porch haircuts. Just, you know, always some alcohol or something like that laying around to use after the cut. But right now we're using it before, just getting the canvas prepped and laid down. All right, we got a ball fade right here. And so we have a special tool right here. Is the Oster Model 10s. And it comes with a lot of different blades, but this blade is a special blade. It's a 5-0 detachable. And these clippers are powerful, and these are the first thing you use to tear down bulk, a big amount of bulk. You're talking about a ball head or a ball fade like we're doing right now. And you use it not to put a harsh guideline in and to save the blade on your liners. So this thing, it tears through bulk super fast and it gets super close like some liners. And after we get finished doing this, we're not getting it perfect. We're just tearing down through bulk, using the tool for what it's supposed to be used for. Once we do that, we'll come back with the liners and make sure that we get that stove all the way down. Detachable clippers are like the workhorses of all clippers. I knocked down a lot of hair with these clippers right here. Saved me a lot of time on my cuts. Corded Andis Masters, we have a 1 guard on. And we're just gonna even the top out to a 1. We always do a 1 up top. You know, it keeps it kind of dark, but not too dark, you know, and not too light. A 1 always does that. But if you pay attention, it's a light spot up top in the center of the head. So in order for me to smooth that out, I have to put a 0.5 guard on. So after I smooth it out with my 1 and I'm satisfied with the way it looks, I'm gonna put that 0.5 on and I'm gonna smooth out that light spot. And then I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to smooth out the bottom part to where the head drops down, where I'm gonna start fading, where I'm at right there. I'm gonna go ahead and smooth it down with a 0.5. It's just a debulk to help me fade, to help that fade just come in really nice. So it's open right now, and I'm just right at the ridge of the head to where it drops. I'm not getting in the dark up top, making sure I'm smoothing out the lighter area, and just assisting the whole crown of the head. And you know, whatever, if it's lighter, if it's darker, I'm just making sure everything comes together. I'm smoothing it out. And then as I get this area smoothed out, I'm gonna drop lower and I'm gonna push my lever down to make sure that I smooth out even lower. But as long as I'm on the top of the head or right where it falls down, I have it all the way open or just slightly cracked, slightly pushed up just a little bit to make sure that I'm hitting the hairs, and you can hear it too as well. So that's another indicator. The great thing about these clippers, it has a ticking sound. So it gives you that indicator that I am hitting hair, so I don't have to push the lever down any further. That's what I loved about these clippers when I first started cutting with them. But just doing this, it just helps to debulk, get your area super smooth, super clean. And for when you start to fade, you're just going through the amount of hair that you need. You're not going through a lot of excess hair, a lot of bulk. Pulling out the original corded Andis TI liners. The Model 10s already took care of the heavy stuff. We're just going in and grabbing this stubble. We're using these Andis TI liners for what they were made to do, and that's to get super close. So we're just gonna take our time and we're gonna get it as smooth as possible. That's important when you're talking about like a ball fade, or if you got like a temp fade and it's starting off a ball, you wanna make sure that you get that ball part as smooth as possible. That just makes for a better transition. Your face will look a lot more cleaner if you get that bottom part as bald as you can get it. So we're just gonna take our time and just move around the head. I got everything in regular speed. There was no need for me to speed up anything. We got like a 30-minute video, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to like, comment if you want to, man. And if you like something that I'm doing and you want to keep up with me, man, just subscribe, hit the bell so you can know when I drop. I try to drop once a week. I try to, and but I'm getting more consistent as I go and keep getting better at this thing. I got a lot I want to share with y'all, but we about to the end of smoothing everything out right here. Man, we just taking our time, man. Barbering it's not a fast-paced thing. Take your time. Excuse me, y'all, my voice is cracking, just getting over a head cold. Opening up to the first 2 notches. We're gonna create that first guideline, a 1/2 inch. And we're gonna make sure it's nice, smooth, and clean. And remember, we debulked with that 0.5. Open it all the way up, going towards the next guideline, another inch up. But the difference is that I'm tilting my wrist when I get up to the top, right as the head is slanting down, right where you see me doing this raking technique at. And that opens me up to like a 1.5, 1 to a 1.5. So however I move my wrist is me opening up my blade up, like as if I was opening up the lever. So it's all about wrist control. This type of technique, like you have to get in it and do it in order to fully understand what I'm talking about. But it's like magic. Once you go in and debulk, it don't matter what you got on the top. This is just one example. A 1 on the top, debulking down with a 0.5, and the rest is just wrist, no guard, just wrist motion. That's all it is. Working your wrist. You want to continue to do the same thing throughout your fade. Once you find a method of anything, once you find a certain way to do something that you like, you want to continue to do that over and over and over again till you're lining up, to your fades. You want to work the same technique, definitely if it fits you. That's how you continue to put out the best work as possible, is to be consistent with everything. All the way to your tools, to everything. You want to be consistent. If you want to add something, add just a little bit as you go, but don't go swapping out your whole systems, switching clippers, every week. It takes away from you learning, and I'm speaking to the beginner barbers right there as I, talk about that. But even me as a master barber, I don't change too much, you know. Like right now, I'm doing this video on corded clippers. Like nobody's talking about corded clippers right now. But this is me, this is who I am. You know, I enjoy barbering, period. And so, you know, I'm talking to those beginner barbers, man. These corded clippers, they're no joke. When you talking about a business, you talking about a haircut, hey, just get the business. Find you these commercial clippers, these corded commercial clippers, they get the job done, point blank, period. You don't have to go back and forth with them. Once you set them, once they ready to go. And that's what barbering is all about. Being able to have something reliable, not spending a whole bunch of money and worried about why they're not working after a year's time. And you know, these clippers are, these clippers, I know people that have clippers for years and years and years. Corded clippers, the ones that I showed you, once the maintenance is up on them, it ain't too much else you have to do. It's time to cut hair after that. It's time to be a barber. But I'm gonna get off of that. As you see right now, the fade is almost finished. I'm just going through and doing some detailing right now. And I'm just, after I told you, once we get it to a certain level, whatever level it is on your cut, it's a 1 on top right here. And then it's a 0.5 back in the top area where it's a little lighter. Even after that, it's still some hair standing up. And as you can see, that hair is smooth. And so doing that preps you for a great lineup. As you can see, these corded T-outliners are doing the job. All I'm doing is tapping. These things really glide. There's no extra pressing down. All you have to do is tap. And that's what I love about these, is once they set, they ready to go. All you have to do is have that wrist right. We talk about systems. We start on the sidebars first. And, you know, once you get experience, you see me go ahead and doing the lineup. Like, this is my dad. I've been cutting him since I was, I don't know, I had to be like 10. Like, so I know his head. And my brother, his hairline is the same as my dad's hairline. So I've cut his hair so many times to where I can go ahead and do it like you see me doing it right here. But I'd rather for you to hit the sidebars first and make sure you're in front of them. See, I'm on the side of them. And but if you want to do it like this, all you have to do is hit the farthest hair down. Just don't dig in. So your first lineup is a sloppy copy. And then you can take a step back and look, and then you just come in and just little bit by little bit touch it up. We're on the beard now. We just got the lever open. We're just cleaning it up. That's a nice level for the beard, any man's beard. They don't want to knock down too much unless they ask you, but to go ahead and knock those little hairs off with that one guard, with that, not one guard, lever open, it's pretty good. I wouldn't do it with a fade blade. They go a little lower. I would do it with a taper blade. All around, the Andis Masters are all around clippers. As you can see, I was able to smooth out the top. I didn't have to change to a different type of blade. I'm able to shape this beard and get it as clean as possible with the same tool. That's my thing, the same tool. The better you know a tool, the more advanced a tool is, all purpose, all around. That's not the objective to spend less time on a haircut, but who wants something that only you can do one thing with? You know what I mean? So that's why I talk about the masters like I do, the corded masters. We just fading that side in, just like we did the regular fade. Just freehanding it. There's no reason for me to grab a guard or anything like that. And with these masters, they allow you to do that. You can actually hear the ticking of the hair, and so it allows you, it helps you to when to apply more pressure or when to pull back. and that gives you the exact way to fade. Same thing, lightly pressing. They ready. Just taking my time, and my dad is asleep. Right here is what I want to talk about. That thing is gliding, like to get that beard line like it is, like it's gliding and it's cutting. Really powerful clippers. I'm only talking about these clippers like this because it's been years and years that these clippers consistently produce. They gonna hit like this every time. You talking about a cordless clipper? You got about a year. And that's when that thing gonna start being inconsistent. That's when you're gonna start looking for another clipper. And I sent several of my cordless Andis Master. I sent that thing back several times, and then to get it back and it's still not producing like it should be. Like, I'm only talking about this because I've been through it. And the cordless T outliner, I cut with it for not even 2 days, and I just sent it back. It wasn't even worth me bothering with, trying to modify, trying to get it right. And then after a year, it fails me. But these have never failed me. And I know y'all may feel like I'm on a rant, but hey, I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. I'm only stating the facts and what I've been through. That's it. Y'all can cut with what you want to cut with. But as we move along, the lip, lining up the lip, the blade technology too is great on both the Masters and the T outliners. You're gonna get a nice smooth touch, like as far as what the client is feeling and what you are feeling too, because that matters, how smooth the blade, aerodynamic the blade is, so you can move smoother. So your power when you touch and what it cuts, because you don't really have to press on the skin hard. But if you see that blade is not cutting, it's gonna make you press on the skin more. When you're dealing with something like the T outliners or the Masters, you barely have to touch. You can be as gentle as you wanna be with these clippers and still come out with a great lineup. And that's a good thing when you're talking about something dealing with around the lips. I'm not uncomfortable being in somebody's face, but if you're trying to get something right and it's on the beard or whatever, like it gets uncomfortable after a while if you're taking too long on the beard, in the face, yet alone a line up across the top of the head. So you need something that's gonna produce, that's gonna be reliable. When you tap and put it on, it's gonna do what it needs to do. And I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. That's my thing. I don't like not knowing about my clippers. If I'm gonna wake up this week after a great last week, they were doing good, and then the next week, they're not doing so well after that. But anyways, we're done with the cut. We're just getting in those small details. Finished the cut in great timing. As you see, I'm looking at them, I'm really done. I guess for filming purposes, I want to get a little bit more details. I want to show y'all the cut, and it looks really nice. Y'all see how smooth it is? That makes a difference, the smoothness over the top. How smooth that thing is, that's what you want to do. You want to spend time with the details, what's going to make that cut pop out. I cut this head so many times, like it never gets old to me. I don't know what it is. I guess that's when you know you got a love, you got a passion for something. And if barbering is it for you, hey man, go for it. Go for it, man. Love every bit of it. The figuring it out, the trials, the error, because you're going to go through them. But you just got to come back. Take note. Come back stronger. Speaking of that, Zechariah chapter 4, verse 10. Who dares despise the day of small things, since the 7 eyes of the Lord that range throughout the earth will rejoice when they see the chosen capstone in the hand of Zerubbabel. All right, the name Zerubbabel is new to me, so we learned it at the same time. Back then, they named their kids after what they were going through at the time. So think about if your parents named you after whatever state of mind or whatever that she was going through at the time, or what they were going through at the time. So that's interesting. So Zerubbabel, his name means offspring of Babylon. Judah was taken over by the Babylonians, so that's why his name means that, offspring of Babylon. So Zerubbabel, he's also an ancestor of Jesus. That's just a small background check of Zerubbabel. But when he's grown, the Persians take over the Babylonians. He found favor in their eyes as governor of Judah, and he led over 42,000 Jews to their homeland, and he rebuilt God's temple. Along that time it took, he got held up 7 years of trouble of rebuilding and doing doing God's work. He got held up by people that was supposed to be of God, the same people that was supposed to be on the same side. And I'm gonna stop right there because we feel that we in God's we in God's will, and we think that we're not gonna have trouble, but we are. Zerubbabel, we got held up 7 years, but God spoke to him along the way. He spoke to him along the way and told him what was gonna happen. And that temple stood for 500 years, the same temple that Jesus walked through, but Jesus said it will be destroyed, and we know Jesus' word, is true. That's 500 years though. Like, think about that. You got 1900 all the way to 2000. Do that 5 times. That's a long time. Think about something that God's telling you to do that could stick around and be read about, be around for 500 years and be read about forever. And so we gotta think about that, man. And we can't get so discouraged, because look right here, Haggai chapter Hagen, hope I pronounced that right. Chapter 2, 23, verse 23. On that day, declares the Lord Almighty, I will take you, my servant Zerubbabel, son of Sharai. I'm gonna move on. Declares the Lord, and I will make you like my signet ring, for I have chosen you, declares the Lord Almighty. See, look at that right there. That was the word that he got. This was before. This verse came before, and then the words that I gave you at first, it came after. But who's to say, man? We have to. We inherit just like Jesus, the ancestor. Zerubbabel is the ancestor of Jesus, and then Jesus came and did what he did. But we latch on to Jesus and take on all the benefits of him. We inherit the same thing. God make us. He thinks about us the same way, just like he said about Zerubbabel right here. But yeah, I ain't trying to get this perfect, man. I'm gonna let the Holy Spirit do his thing. But I love y'all, man, and I'm out. Real quick, I want to go over the word capstone.
a stone fixed on top of something, typically a wall, so the Lord will rejoice when he sees the chosen capstone.